I love a good technical difficulty.
This meeting is being recorded.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody, for hopping on. I just felt the need to bring my friends on here to talk about Thrive and the business opportunity that comes along with it. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching the replay, thank you for taking the opportunity to do so. Don't mind my dog stretching in the background. He likes to make an appearance. Anyway, I just had this on my heart that I feel like I talk about my own personal story a lot, but I don't feel like I ask my friends to share. So if you don't know what the Thrive experience is, it is 3 simple steps that you take first thing in the morning. So simple to explain how to take it. Not so simple to explain how you might feel when you do get to experience Thrive, which is why so many people have such different experiences, right? It's called the Thrive experience for a reason. And these 3 simple steps have allowed me such an incredible opportunity to go from working behind the chair at a salon to opening up my own salon and running, owning, operating it, all the way to retiring completely from being a hairstylist to be a full-time promoter with this company and get to be a mom that gets to be active in her kids' lives. Like, I cannot even tell you how just grateful I feel to know that at 6 o'clock tonight, I get to take Charlie to volleyball and I don't have to finish up my clients. I don't have to check my schedule, move anybody around. I love that freedom of knowing that I can do what I want to do with my kids. That's why I do this. But this Zoom is not about me. That's just a little bit about me. I have brought some friends on here that I want you to hear what this business has done for them, because I have had the incredible honor of getting to be their leader. So just think about, just put yourself in my shoes, how it feels the whole time you're hearing these ladies speak. I got to play a part in changing their lives. That is what's addicting. That's the big picture here, is changing people's lives. Yes, you're helping them feel better with the Thrive experience, but when you get to change their life on a financial level and a lifestyle level, that is huge. So with that, my first speaker for you guys is my sweet friend Lacey, and y'all, she's not feeling well. She's got a baby in her belly. She is still showing up. So I am going to let her just take it away. Go ahead, Lacey.
Hey guys, like she said, I am in isolation and coughing like crazy. So I have cough drops and water for this live. Sorry if it gets annoying. I'll try to be quick. As you're going to hear, everyone starts for different reasons. Everyone either starts Thrive for the product or for the business opportunity. Like, those are your 2 choices, right? I did not start for the business opportunity. I actually had 0 interest in it. I started because I needed energy. I had a newborn baby at the house who was on 24/7 oxygen, and the world was turning upside down. I was by myself. I was literally in a bubble and I was really tired, like to the point of tears. That's why I started Thrive. For those of you that know me, I'm very red. I do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I just do it. So when my lovely friend Samantha was, posting all these things about thriving for free, well, I have a business mindset. So in my head, I just immediately assumed, oh, okay, that means I have to be a promoter. So I clicked the promoter button and she's like, whoa, like, what the heck did you just do? We haven't even talked about it. She had no clue what was happening. I'm like, well, I want to be able to thrive for free. And she's like, okay. So it was an accident. I became a promoter by accident. Oh my gosh. So I started Thriving and clicked that promoter button March 27th of 2020. So it's been 2.5 years now, a little over 2.5 years. Because I wanted to thrive for free, right? I wanted that energy, but I wanted to thrive for free. I had 0 interest, like I said, in promoting. Little did I know, everyone was connected on social media, especially in 2020. That's, where you got your daily adult time, I guess I should say, because you couldn't see anyone. So everyone got to see my life unfold they got to see how I was feeling. Before 2020, we had a second trimester loss, and I had started going through, I'm pregnant and hormonal, sorry guys. I had started going through the postpartum emotions, and then we got pregnant again. And then all of the craziness happened. So everyone got to see me living through this. So then they got to see me start thriving. And that's all it took. Like, I didn't sell anything. And that's one of the things that I always tell people. I didn't sell anything to anyone. I didn't promote a product. I just posted on social media. I didn't even get to see people face to face, how I felt, what it was making me feel like. And all of a sudden, I had a full-blown business on my hand, because your friends and family, you know, the people on social media, they know what you feel like because you post it if you're a public person like I am. So all of a sudden, I went from dragging to washing bottles and bleaching the kitchen and doing all of the mom things that I had always wanted to do that, frankly, I was just too tired to do. So the business exploded for me. My, first, I don't even know the number of days on this one. I think it was like the first 2.5 weeks or something. Somehow I had already had a team and they were building, and we hit 4K like super, super quick. And then in 43 days, I know that number, in 43 days, our team went 12K, and all of a sudden I'm earning an auto bonus. And my husband, who was just happy I wasn't sitting on the couch crying anymore, is like, what in the hell is happening? Like, what is happening with you? What is going on with this Thrive stuff? Okay, let's actually talk about it now. And it was a full-blown business from me accidentally clicking that button. So what has it done for me? Well, it has allowed me to stay at home and not feel guilty about it while my husband continues working. It has allowed me to not only get one dream truck for him, it's allowed me to trade that in and get an even newer one that he is absolutely obsessed with. That before Thrive, would we have gotten it? No. Could we have? Yeah, but it would have stressed me out. Let's just be honest. And all of a sudden I'm telling him, you have to go pick out a truck. Like, we're wasting money by you not getting a truck. What are you doing? And he's like, okay, so this stuff is really going to stick around. I'm like, yes. So we earned an auto bonus. It allowed us to get out of a really, really crappy neighborhood, a neighborhood, here I go again, a neighborhood that I never thought we were going to get out of. I felt like we were so stuck. I didn't even want our son to go outside and play when he started walking. Pregnancy hormones, I swear. Today, it just happens to randomly, had nothing to do with the Zoom, be exactly a year that we signed our contract on our house, that we closed on our house, our new house. That is awesome. In an awesome neighborhood. I saw Eliza join the Zoom. She lives in the neighborhood. It's awesome. It's exactly what we needed. It has changed so much stuff for our family. And this next point may sound frivolous to some of you, but I really like to shop. Like, I really like to, especially for my kids. And I say kids because, man, you should see her room already and she's not even here. It has allowed me to shop to my little heart's desire, after all of our debt was paid, of course. Shop as much as I wanted to for the kids and buy all the fun new things for our new house without my husband even batting an eye, because he had no clue what I was even buying because I wasn't touching any of our money. I was spending money that I was saving because all of a sudden here I am getting paid to help people thrive. It has completely flipped our world upside down by me accidentally not listening to my friend Samantha and clicking that promoter button. And I always tell people, like, it's free to join. That's why I was like, okay, well, I'll just do it. It's free to join. So if anything that I have said, like, has struck a chord with you, why aren't you thriving out loud and sharing it with the world? Because you could be changing your life.
Oh, that was so good, Lacey. Thank you so much. You made it through the whole thing without coughing. Like, hello. It was like Jesus wanted your message to be heard. So thank you so much for sharing that. Sometimes we have such a hard time talking about the things that we've earned, but y'all, we earned this. We worked hard for it. We didn't just sign up for network marketing and just become successful overnight. It does take work, right? Lacey didn't just wake up with an auto bonus. She worked hard for it. So it does take time. It does take, patience. It does take consistency. And so with that, I'm going to have Shantae hop on, because although Lacey's been here, a little over 2 years, or just at 2 years, almost 2
2.5
years, 2.5. Okay. Shantae's been with me longer, so I'm excited for her to hop on and share, her journey. So go ahead, Shantae.
Well, kudos, Lacey. That was really good. And congratulations on your house. That was awesome. I did not know that. So I started a little over 4 years ago. I could never take vitamins. I couldn't do anything like that. I even took gummies when I was pregnant with my kids. Like, nothing sat well with my system. And so I was very nervous when my husband actually said, "Hey, we've been hanging out with Sam and Russ. You should try what she's doing. She's a hairdresser. She's a mom. She does this. She does that." And I was like, what? A little backstory is I had just recently had lost my mom. I was her caregiver full time. I was working full time behind a salon chair, opening up a salon, and then I also have 3 kids on my plate as well. So life was very, very stressful. She had passed in March. 3 weeks later, we got full custody of my oldest nephew, which was a whole nother ball game. So 4 kids in the house, opening up a salon, and still paying for a funeral. Now, no help with my nephew, all of the things. And my husband's asking me to spend more money for vitamins that I probably can't take. So I'm just going to say that. So I have no one. I'm I don't know, 2.5 hours away from where Sam lived. So I have no one in my area. So I didn't get a sample. I didn't, ask her for one. I didn't do anything. I just said, all right, tell me what to buy, sign me up, do whatever you need to do. Let's try this, whatever. And my first week was hell, you guys. Like, I called her, I don't even know how many times, and said, this is not for me. I cannot do this. I can't get out of bed. I feel miserable. I haven't felt this sick in forever. All of the things. And she tells me to drink water. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to vomit. Like, for real? She's like, do you trust me? Yeah, of course I trust you. Drink water. And I'm like, okay, this sounds like magic or something. I don't know. But I did. I drank the water. And I kept drinking the water every hour. On the hour, I was drinking water. And about day 6, I was walking through my house and wanted to dust something. And I thought, why would you want to dust anything? Like, that is the weirdest feeling I've ever had. And I didn't know what it was, and I wasn't quite sure what to pinpoint that on, but I just knew that was just a weird aha moment, So I kept going. Days kept getting a little bit better. About 2 weeks in, I think, is when my husband actually sent pictures to Sam. I was landscaping my front yard. You guys, I don't even own any plants. So landscaping my front yard was a big deal. And he took pictures and sent them to her of me in the yard. I trenched the whole thing, like landscape, the stones, the whole 9 yards. It was just unreal. And it just kept getting better from that. By the 6th week, I would say, would be my aha moment. Being a hairdresser and working behind the chair, you just are expected to have certain pains, lower back, legs, shoulders, arms, all of the things. And I'm short, I'm 5'1". So 90% of my clients are above my head, even sitting in the chair. So my 6-week mark, I had just placed an order, had my husband starting. And it was that same week that I realized I had slept through the night without waking up with all the discomfort that I had been keeping me up for weeks. I'd actually seen a surgeon the month before over the situation. And it just kept getting better. Like, those things were still slowly starting to diminish and everything. And I'm probably that was in July. By November, I had my community, because I had none of you guys yet, But my community here started like feeding my head about, well, maybe it's a placebo act. Maybe you've been on it for too long. Maybe this, maybe that, whatever. And I listened. I stopped taking Thrive for 5 days. That's all it took, 5 days. And I found that I couldn't even drive home from work. I was falling asleep at the wheel. I was super exhausted. And I thought, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Started back up, never looked back. Fast forward to the pandemic. I am self-employed. My son had just gotten hit with football and had a knee surgery. We found an unexpected mass on my husband. He had a surgery. And then the world shuts down and I get no compensation. There's no compensation for me for the salon. We had employees. We fell through all the loopholes. There was nothing. So living on a family of 5 with a short-term disability check was very scary. And I know that the whole world was scared at that time, but my mentality was I needed to fix this and control it. And I wasn't in control and it was freaking me out. So I called Sam and I was like, we have a comp plan. We have a comp plan. Explain this comp plan to me. And she said, you're doing what you're doing. Like you're already doing it. Just keep running with it. So all I was doing was checking on people. Like I was cleaning closets out, doing porch straps of stuff my kids had outgrown, the whole 9 yards. And people were watching me just having all this energy on social media because I was like asking people, across the board, what do you need? What can I help with? I know we couldn't be distanced together, but there's certain things that you can help with. Like I said, dropping off blankets to the shelters or whatever, things were being done. If for whatever God's graces for that month, my team sales went to 4K just from talking to people, not about Thrive, just to people. And so I thought, well, gosh, that wasn't too hard. So I just kept talking and kept talking and kept talking. And, I just kept feeling better and just had more energy. And I just kept being more active. And within a couple months, we hit 12K, and that's an auto bonus. And that was a life changer right there because I'm still not back to work yet. My husband had just went back to work, but let's just face it, we're still like a whole month out of getting a normal paycheck at this point, right? So in June, I hit that 12K, and that's an additional auto bonus. And you can yell at me later, girls, but I still don't have a car. I still just take the cash option because I'm yell at me later, but there's just things that I just needed that cushion for. And when I did that, it allowed me to, like, I was hoarding money. Like when I say hoarding money, like we did not go to the grocery store. I pinched every single penny that we possibly had. I sold things on Marketplace. Like I pinched so many pennies that I was able to pay cash for our brand new metal roof on our house and our garage with that cash without having to take out a loan. Like that was a huge deal for me. But the world started opening back up after that June, and Sam ran a leadership retreat, which happened to be my birthday weekend. And I was like, I'm going to be there. I don't know where it's at, but I'm going. So I started running for that. And then in September 21st, my husband's birthday, I made him go get passports. And I said, when the world opens, I don't care. We're going to be there. I don't even care where it's at. Just, we're going to be there. And he was like, well, what if it's Mexico? I don't care. I'm going to be there. And it just happened to be Mexico, but we didn't know that at the time. I actually earned Cabo at the leadership retreat that we were on. And I got to text my husband at work and said, you need these dates off. And he did not believe me. And I said, no, for real. And I sent him the screenshot of where it says you actually earned it. And he was like, you're really serious. And I said, yes, I'm really serious. So we go to Cabo, but hear me out on this, because I tested the theory when they said free vacation. Y'all, I took $47 with me to Cabo. $47. I literally did not pay for anything. Nothing. We bought some souvenirs for the kids, and that was about it, and lunch on the way home. But I had to test the theory for myself to say that we get these vacations for free. And I just earned my 5th vacation. So I'm super excited. I'm taking my 18-year-old with me, mom and son trip. I'm super, super, super excited. And I had to count this right before we went onto the Zoom. I had to count. I've been on 5 lifestyle getaways. I've earned 4 leadership retreats. And I've been to Thrive-Palooza twice. And in the last year, this financial stability has allowed my husband to quit his factory job. We have both been self-employed for over a year now. And we're on our own time, nobody else's time. So I think that is very incredible. And we owe all of that to Miss Samantha.
I love hearing that. And even just like seeing your little check behind you on your wall, like that is so awesome. Like you forget about that and a couple of rank advancements and all kinds. Like this company is so good to us. And what you put into it is what you get out of it. And girl, your determination, like I have seen you have shown up and said, I'm doing this by this date, and you get it done every single time because you know as well as I do, we all know this. If you're thriving, you know what this product can do for you. So it just fuels your mind and your heart to help other people get started on their Thrive experience. And when you do that, the company rewards you for it. They just like Lindsay said in the comments, free means free. It is legit a free vacation. They send us 3 times a year, and Cabo is epic. That's the best place. Anytime when Cabo is the trip, y'all, we all know we are going. They are so good to us. And all the opportunities, right? The auto bonus, whether you take the cash or get the car, it doesn't matter. Like they spoil us. So thank you, Shantae. I love this. I had Lacey first, and she's been here the least amount of time of my leaders, then Shantae in the middle, and Courtney has been with me almost the entire time. And it's so funny because she sent me a picture this morning from, I don't remember how many years ago, but she's like, this is where it all started. And I'm like, actually, no, it was even before that. So I am just my thing's telling me that we've got 10 minutes, and Courtney, I know you could totally fire us up for 10 minutes. So I'm going to stop talking and let you take it away, girl.
All right. Well, hi, everybody. I'm going to try my best to sum up my story here in 10 minutes because a lot has happened in these last 6.5 years. But first of all, if you are watching this and you're not inspired already, I don't even know. I don't even have words. Like I've been with these girls for the last 6 years, and just hearing their stories makes me so happy. But I'm so excited to share my story with you today because my story is a little bit different than these girls because I didn't start for the product at all. Samantha actually had reached out to me in November of 2015 and was telling me that she had been doing this thing called Thrive for the last month or so, or the few months, and she was loving how she was feeling. And she had a dream about me that she said, Courtney, I don't know. You came to me in my dream. I think you need to try this. And I was like, okay, good talk, Sam, but no, thank you. Because I actually had been a part of another health and wellness company that is no longer here anymore. And I had a really bad taste in my mouth about nutritional companies because of my previous experience. I spent a lot of money and I didn't get the results that I thought I was going to because, let's face it, every person on the planet wants instant gratification. Do we not? You actually have to put in work and do things. But that was my mindset. And so when she approached me about this, I just had this big label on Thrive and was just like, no, thanks. It's going to be something I waste money on and it's not going to work for me anyway. And we kind of went on about our lives. But Sam and I have always been friends and we've remained friends even throughout this whole process. But I continue to watch her journey, you guys, over those next, few weeks and months to come. And I was noticing that she was changing. I was noticing that, she was different in her salon and she was doing all the things with her kids and she was talking about earning this auto bonus. Well, here was the thing that Sam didn't really know about me that I wasn't really broadcasting to the world at this point, was not only at the age of 28, do I have no children. I am married. I have dogs. I'm a dog mom. Okay. But I was exhausted, but literally no reason to be exhausted. I'm looking at myself going, okay, well, I'm almost 30. I guess this is what happens when you become an adult. You're just tired. I wasn't sleeping at night. I was the queen of the snooze button. I could not get up in the morning at all. I worked in a pharmacy. And when I got to work, it was very high paced environment. So it was snacks at my hands readily available, fast food for lunch, coming home from work and sitting down on the couch and wanting to do absolutely nothing. And also, a few months after all of this happened, or before this happened, my husband lost his job. We were a one income household, and we had two income bills. We had a mortgage, we had 2 car payments, we had to keep the lights and the water on, gas in my car, groceries, we had all of the things, everyday expenses. And it wasn't until one day that I went to get my hair done because I needed some girl time in my life. Although I should have never gone and spent the money on myself. I felt so guilty when I left there. But I will tell you that Jesus works in mysterious ways, you guys, because although Sam had shared the product with me, she hadn't really yet shared the business opportunity with me. But this day she did. And she mentioned that she was earning that auto bonus and that she was getting a car allowance. And when she said those words to me is when the light bulb went off. And I was like, well, wait, what? You didn't say anything about that the first time. You just told me you wanted to help me feel better. Well, back to the one income home and the 2 car payments that we had. I needed that car bonus. I needed it. I had to figure out how to get it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go home and talk to my husband about this and see what he has to say. So we had a little joke that night that if he stopped on his way home and bought a Powerball ticket. And he said, if we don't hit the lottery tonight, then you can do Thrive and we'll get this car bonus. And I was like, okay, deal. Well, we woke up the next morning. We obviously weren't millionaires. So I was like, I guess Thrive it is. Well, I took what money we had from all of the different places and placed my first order. I believe there was probably double digits left in our bank account after that, but I was like, something's got to give. Something has to change in our life, and it has to start with us. It had to start with me. So I started for the business. My product came in. I fell in love with how the product made me feel. My day one, I woke up that morning excited to get out of bed for the first time in a really long time, you guys. Like so much stress going on in my life. Like I was looking forward to this day. I had a great day. I couldn't figure out what was going on, but I had a great day. Day 2, I woke up, had another great day. But when I got home, like Shantae, I started cleaning. I started touching closets that I hadn't touched in 3 years. My husband comes into the door of home and he's like, what is happening inside of here? Like, where is all this stuff coming from? What are you doing? I was like, this house has got to get cleaned up. It is a mess. I'm sick of living like this. Well, it just kept going. The energy just kept coming. I started waking up before my alarm clocks were going off, you guys. I started sleeping better at night. And I just started sharing with other people what this product was doing for me. I was a total skeptic, you guys. So people were watching me because they were waiting for me to quit. 6.5 years later, I am still here. And this business opportunity has changed everything for us because it allowed us to start taking our weekly commissions and buying groceries, putting gas in my car. I don't know if you have to buy groceries this time in today's current world, but everything's expensive. It wasn't back then, but it felt expensive to me because we were so broke. But to be able to stop at Kroger and get $50 worth of groceries before my paycheck came in was huge, you guys. And we just started doing that every single week, applying these weekly rewards to different things in our lives. And we were able to get ourselves above water. Our heads were above water. My husband went back to work. It was like everything just aligned because I put myself first and started I put a shift in my mindset. And so I knew something had to change in my life. We were sick and tired of being sick and tired and stuck. So I know we're probably getting short on time, and I'm going to wrap this up as quickly as I can. I had earned that auto bonus. It took me 5 years to get there, you guys. 5 years. So although, like, you know, it took Lacey 43 days, and the time that it took her, it took me 5 years. I'm not mad that it took me that long. Do you know how many other amazing things have happened since then in that time? I've gone on multiple vacations for free, never been out of the country, never had a passport, got to take my husband places we've dreamed about. We sold our home, and we have completely eliminated our debt that we did have. And we now live full-time in a camper. I'm living in a fifth wheel. I'm in my camper right now sharing this with you guys. And we get to do things on our own time. I have a work from home job now. I still work a full-time job. But I have more flexibility with my new job to be able to travel and to go do all of the things. And it works better with my husband's work schedule. And life has just done a complete 360 from two people who were struggling, who were about to have their truck repoed and their house foreclosed on, to living a completely financially free, happy life.